The Voice recap: who will win? The final four took to the stage Monday night on the performance finale of The Voice Season 13. It was time for them to show off their vocals one last time to fight for votes to win the competition. That means they each had to perform a cover, an original single, and a duet with a coach. 3 songs in one night are no easy task, but who emerged as the most likely candidate to win? Let's break down the performances. Addison again. Okay, so Addison has made it far in the competition, but she's been one of the contestants who has been middle of the pack all season long. Thankfully, her cover of Tim McGraw's Humble and Kind was a good one. It was a defining moment for the singer. She managed to change things up in a way I never thought was possible. Maybe she could win the whole thing. However, her duet with Adam Levine was all over the place. They belted it out to Falling Slowly, but there was something not right about the performance. It was not as polished as it should be. That's the risk of performing 3 songs. There's generally some that struggle with it, and this was a misstep for Addison. The good news for Addison was that she pulled it back and then some for the original single. She performed to Tennessee Rain, and it was one of the best originals to come from the series. It had great vocals, and it meshed well with Addison's voice. That's about all we could ask for at this stage. Chloe Kowalski. Chloe has been tipped to win the whole thing for weeks now, so the pressure was most definitely on for her during the live show on Monday night. She kicked things off with her original song, Wish I Didn't Love You. For the most part, it was a solid performance, but it did feel like she could have had a better song to have as her own. There were some issues, but it seemed like the coaches overlooked them. Chloe then partnered with Blake Shelton for a rendition of You Got It. Like the previous duet of the night, it was not great. Maybe it would be a good idea to cut all of the duets out because they are just making the contestants look bad. Blake sounded excellent, and it only showed that Chloe still had a long way to go. Chloe's cover of Bette Davis' Eyes was not all that. She hit all of her notes, but the song choice just seemed like more of the same, and I want to hear Chloe elevate her voice to a new level. Red Marlowe Red kicked off his night with a duet. He and Blake went with I'm Gonna Miss Her. It was a cut above the other 2 duets on the night. The 2 country voices together went really well. Red's original single was I Pray, and it was decent. He went for that country sound, and that's exactly what he needs to do in order to garner the votes. His cover was To Make You Feel My Love, and it was a revelation. It was the best performance of the night. Everything about it was just right, and not overproduced like some of the others. Brooke Simpson. Brooke went with What Is Beautiful for her original single. It was an emotive performance for sure, and it was filled with set pieces that elevated it above some of the other originals. I can't even begin to process what made Miley Cyrus want to perform Wrecking Ball with her. Miley's voice was too much for what was supposed to be a duet. Brooke seemed like she had been relegated to a backing singer, and that's not a good thing. Thankfully, Brooke's cover of Oh Holy Night allowed me to forgive that little misstep. It was Brooke's best performance to date and pretty fitting when you consider the fact that it could be her last on the show. Predictions: what did you think of the performances? Who do you think will win? Sound off below. The Voice winners, ranked. Start gallery.